Hey everyone, Amethyst Ravensong here. I was just wanting to bring you a book review today. I am reviewing The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I'm gonna admit, not so great with pronunciation of names, but great book. So the story follows a shepherd who has some chance encounters that puts him on the path to traveling to a faraway land to live out his personal legend to find a treasure. And it's very interesting because he is looking for this treasure, and I feel like most of his treasure actually comes from the journey because he learns so much and his life is so enriched by the journey that he undertakes. And there's a lot of concepts in here about, the language of the world and being observant and taking it in and working with the universe and pursuing your dreams. And it just is a wonderful story that you can take as just a fiction if you want and just go, oh, that was a neat story. But when you really read it and you look for it, there's a lot of big concepts in here that are really great. And one of the things that I really liked about it is he, gets this message to go to this faraway land to find this treasure. The same day he sells his sheep, he gets, his travel arrangements made. He is rip-roaring and ready to go. He's going to go find his treasure. And life happens and he gets sidetracked and some things have to be done to regain losses. And it takes him more than a year to get to his destination. So I really liked that message because I tend to be a person that, I have this big grandiose vision of something I want and I expect it to happen tomorrow. And so it was a good reminder for me that, no, these things take time and there's going to be detours and you're going to have to overcome those things. And so I really appreciated that message. I also really appreciated, he meets an alchemist, the alchemist, who helps him on his journey. And before he meets the alchemist, he meets someone going to see the alchemist who's trying to get the alchemist to teach him. And this man always has his nose in a book. And it talks about how that's not enough. You have to be in the world and observant, and the real teachers are experiences. And I really appreciated that message as well. Especially as a bookworm as I am, I sometimes get a little lost and have to come back to reality. So it was a good message for me as well. It is written from, there's several different religions mentioned in this. There is, the Muslim faith and then the Christianity, and they talk about Allah and Jesus. And I know for some people, if you were raised in a strict religion and you're feeling a little bit disjointed from that, maybe those can kind of dig up some negative feelings. I would ask you to put that aside as much as you can if you read this book, because these people, Allah and, Muhammad and, I don't even think it mentions Muhammad, sorry, I don't know why I went there, but Allah and Jesus, they're teachers and they're healers, and so look at them from that perspective. Don't get entrenched in the dogma if that's something that's causing some emotions for you. Let the story be what it is, and don't get too wrapped up in those titles, because it was really good. It was so worth the read. I know that this author has other great books that are recommended, and in the back cover it even has some. I'm definitely going to be checking those out. I mean, this was a really simple read. It was 167 pages. You can see, it's not a super big book. The story was interesting. The concepts were there. It was an overall good read. And this book was suggested to me by my partner. And it's all about living your purpose. And I definitely got a lot of great value out of this. So if you're, looking for a book, if you want a nice day in where you're just going to sit down and read, I recommend this one. It's definitely worth your time. So that is my book review for today. There will be more coming down the line. I have a huge list of books to read, so we have plenty coming. So check out The Alchemist. It was a great book, and it's not a very expensive book either. I was looking at it. It's $15. So pick it up on Amazon. I'm sure you can get it there. and have a good read this weekend. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.